Well, thanks, Susan. It's a great pleasure to be here, and we're going to have a fantastic evening. We have such great speakers. I had a chance to have a chat with them beforehand, and so you're going to be challenged tonight at this get-together. So it's all about energy, resilience, and the future of food. And if anybody here is looking for the bull riding, you're in the wrong spot. It's down the hallway there. We don't always have rodeos in Edmonton for you people from outside of Edmonton, but it's coming up pretty quickly. Just a couple of things I want to mention. I grew up on the market garden, in the market garden operation, and there's things that, we have some really great speakers who have far more knowledge than I do, but some personal things here. Just a couple of stories I wanted to bring up. We look about what we lose when we lose local production. We don't think about it sometimes from the perspective of, what about the actual varieties themselves? And this is just a bit about when I grew up on the farm and the varieties that we grew. And this is a true story. They have what they call a flat plate drop test for carrots. So you take a carrot, this true story, what the researchers do is they take a carrot. I see some growers down here. You take a carrot, you hold it up to the 6-foot height, and you drop it on a flat steel plate. You see how many break, and you say, well, just about 100% breakage on that. That won't be a commercial variety, because guess what? Gets in the stores, the carrots are shattered. Nobody wants to buy them. But guess which are the very best quality carrots? The ones that break. So we forget about that. We lose that when we don't embrace local production. We get these great big long woody carrots that you could prop your car up with. And so we got to keep that in mind. We just don't know what we've lost. Could be carrots, could be tomatoes, you name it. So tonight you're going to get some, again, very creative ideas. And one story that I like about creativity is a story about a physics student somewhere in the US, and they asked him, how do you measure the height of a building with a barometer? He said, on his exam, he wrote back, well, you can take a barometer, go to the top of the building, drop it down the string, measure the string, that's how tall the building is. You can take a little window washer platform and find out how long your barometer is. You flip it up the building all the way up to the top, count how many times you flipped it, do the math on that. You could do a half AT squared, drop it off, go back to the physics equation, and you could see how long it took to get down there. Half AT squared, you're going to find out how tall the building is. Or you could go up into the building to the concierge and say, I've got this shiny barometer. If you tell me how tall this damn building is, I'll give it to you. So there's different ways of approaching that problem other than the conventional. So tonight I think we're going to hear a variety of solutions to problems and a real diverse opinions on different problems.